dental update. I went to the orthodontist in a snow blizzard. I did it though. I did it, and I got this handy dandy paperwork to prove it. So, this is basically, we'll get into, because it actually was given to me at the end, so we're going over it at the end. Anyway, I drove there in a blizzard. I was very nervous because it was at 12 p.m. and I had therapy, and I already had to cancel my therapy because my therapy is, at 12 p.m. also, so I had to cancel my therapy, and my boyfriend tells me the night before, hey, we're gonna get a snow blizzard. And the entire night it is thundering and lightning, and it's so loud, it's so bright, and the snow came down, and it was raining the day before, okay? So, we had the grossest snow, we had slushy, icy snow, and the snow trucks did not clean off as quick, as on top of things. In the East Coast, I feel like they're a little more on top of the, how often these snow trucks go out, while I think, these snow trucks were on a little bit of a delay. They also don't use just pure salt, they use, sand and salt. And anyway, so these roads were still slush, these roads were still icy, and driving there and back was eventful, let's to say the least. I did not almost get in an accident, but I did, slip somewhere, and I handled myself accordingly, and I'm very proud of the way I drove. But getting to my orthodontist appointment, this was kind of just a go-over for what's going to happen with my teeth, and there's a lot, apparently. So, initially, I go in, I fill out my first patient paperwork, and because of the snow, they had asked us to come in as early as we possibly can. I was like, do you want me to clean off my car and come over now? And she's like, yeah, that works. I'm like, okay. And so I cleaned my car off, I drove over, and I filled out my paperwork, and I got in probably a little later than the actual time of my appointment, ironically. Or maybe it was 5-10 minutes before. So either way, I was kind of doing everything on time. And then I go in, and the assistant takes photos of me, and not the big machine ones, the ones that they take on a hand camera with a light and everything. It's kind of the same thing, but it's not x-rays. They're just images. But the thing is, one of them, I think, maybe actually I just had my root piercing in for when I get that. You know what, scratch that. Anyway, she took the images, and they were really bright, but either way, I had to put in the, separators. We did the bottom lips, the top lips, got all up and close and personal. I looked like, a fucking raccoon, just with their hair everywhere, because of when I was driving, I had to drive with my window open because my car wouldn't defog in time for me to make a left turn sometimes. So I had to roll my window down, and I was getting splashed with water and shit. So I probably did not look good. I probably looked like I was coming out of the fucking trash zone. Either way, we take the photos, we have a couple discussions about my teeth history, and, if I'm tongue-tied or anything, and eventually the doctor comes in. And the dentist comes in, and she's very sweet, full of knowledge, which is amazing. I love that. Absolutely fantastic. She examined my mouth, and basically, she was like, she's missing 5, 6, 7, 4, whatever, on this side and stuff, and we talked about how I just got this tooth pulled and how that was different from the photos now, because I was like, the x-rays were taken actually before, so that's probably the main difference. And then she said that I was partially tongue-tied, and, that basically my bottom teeth are aligned almost where we want them to be. It's my top teeth, they've gone off. My canines align correctly on the left side, incorrectly on the right side. And I'm missing a lot of teeth that would naturally help with that shifting, and I clench my jaw. when I'm tense, and I sometimes get popping and clicking on my left side. So I asked if that's because it's shifting, right? And she said it could be. So basically, she told me that what we want to do is help to shift it to the other side, but we have to use an anchor, and that's got to be one of my back molars, and a lot of my molars don't have as much strength as potential. Like, this silver cap one can't be an anchor. It's got basically nothing. Both of them, my dental team that I've met so far has told me that that's not gonna last, and they're surprised it's still there. This one up here they say is okay. The back one, they say it's okay for now, and then the back one here is okay for now, but probably won't last through the anchor. But they want to use it because it's all I really got. And then in these back molar areas where I have my wisdom, not my wisdom teeth, my first molar, where I should have had my wisdom area, I don't have a lot of bone on the one side. So I may have to get surgery for that on top of it. But she explained to me that basically, well, she also asked if I wanted braces or Invisalign, and I said Invisalign. But basically, we're going to use that as an anchor. And then, with the Invisalign and stuff, we'll shift it back into place, make the gapping where it needs to be, tighten the teeth as much as possible, and blah, 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 you know. Before we can start on that, though, I have to go and talk to my other dentist and see what we're doing with these teeth. She's actually had a consult with him after meeting with me, which I love about this. And I may have to go see another dentist, but they have them in office as well. And that we may just do one implant, like 4 implants, 1, 2, and let those heal, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and let those heal. Instead of doing them all at once, we may just do one side. They asked which side I tend to chew on, and I said my right, so she said that she may want to start on the right since I'm a predominant chewer on that side. And I'm honestly really excited but really nervous. I've never had good teeth, apparently. Like, she told me that if you recognize what side you eat on, that something is wrong with your teeth. That most people don't recognize that, and I've recognized it my entire life, which means that I've probably never had proper teeth, and we've put it to the wayside because of the growth and all this stuff, but we probably shouldn't have. And I don't know what it's like to eat normally, and I'm just excited for that. So after we had that discussion, she asked if I had any more questions, and I said no. And then I talked to them a bit. The reception crew did recognize me, so they actually took photos and stuff. And then I went in, and the power had gone out because of the snowstorm, so they were going to email me this stuff, but then the power turned back on, so they asked if I had a few minutes. I was like, yeah, it's fine. And so we actually had gone in, and they talked to me, and I got a EMT recommendation for my nose, because right now I am going through hay fever, but I have always kind of had a issue with breathing through my nose, and I just want to make sure everything's alright. You know, I've always kind of been forced to be a mouth breather, and always tried to be a nose breather, as stupid as it sounds, but always have failed at it. You know, I can breathe through my nose when it's there, but it doesn't, last naturally. It maybe lasts a day or two, and then I back to, noticing that I'm breathing through my mouth. And then this is the bill. So at the time, because my last name apparently is not changed on my mom's insurance, which I had to call her about, they were like, okay, so we're just going to go over it with you like you're not covered. It's going to cost about a total of $6,500. And that's over 18 months, which isn't terrible compared to the fertility treatments I just went through, but that is a lot of money given the economy we're in right now, but it is something that needs to be done. Of course, all the funds from the GoFundMe, and the GoFundMe is still up, but all the funds from the GoFundMe will go towards this, and hopefully, it won't be enough to cover it, but hopefully it'll help reprieve some of it, because that is quite a bit of money, and that's just the ortho. That's not my primary dentist. That's not the periodontist or whatever the other dentist I may have to go to is. That's not covering the bone surgery I would have to get. So I'm just a little worried, and I mean, that's without insurance, but hopefully my insurance will kick in, and, I am going to be 26 mid of that, so I'm going to have to get new insurance. So those are the little struggle buses we're at right now. But, at least we're doing something finally, and I'm going to be able to eat properly at the end of this. I don't even know what that's like. I don't want to get emotional, so I'm going to end this. Before I get emotional, I will keep you updated on the next step. They are going to call the dentist and the orthodontist had a consult, so the dental team will probably be in contact with me, and the orthodontist team is going to contact me about starting this process as soon as my primary dentist gives the go-ahead. So they're going to call me when we're starting the process to get a card on file and everything, and then I will know if I have to go to the periodontist, or whatever it's called. Is it called the periodontist? I feel like that's the proper word, but it doesn't actually sound 100% right to me. Either way, whether it's right or wrong, I will let you guys know next time, and we will see which one I go to next. Bye, y'all! Have an amazing day! Stay beautiful, stay positive, and take care of your health. It is primary, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye!